Hello, welcome back to this day 2 of Stay Home Reading Rush. Yesterday was a failure. It was a complete failure, and today I'm hell-bent on completing both of the books that are The Haunting of the Hill House and Every Heart a Doorway by Seanan McGuire, which is for the challenge that is read a book in the same place. So I'm gonna read both of these books today. At least I'm trying. At least I'm gonna try to do that. Okay, I'm gonna read both of the books and I'll update you. I guess I was on page 65 or 70 of The Haunting of the Hill House, and it's not so much left, and I'll read it and then I'll update you about it and I'll tell you how I liked it.
I haven't been sleeping, been steady fan all night. Yeah, we're tired of dreaming, running into you all the time. Even the good ones leave me messed up, leave me aching, wanna wake up. So I haven't been sleeping, steady fan all night. Wait it out. All my friends say I'm losing my mind, and my parents checking all the time. But it's harder to say you're not mine with my bloodshot eyes.
So here's the day 2 update. I finished The Haunting of a Hill House, and it's the most creepiest thing I've ever read. It's the most creepiest piece of writing I've ever read. So the story is about a man named Dr. Montague who is very interested in the paranormal stuff, and he writes letters to many people who have also experienced paranormal stuff in their real life. And some of the people who accepts his invitation are Theodora, who is this very smart, outgoing, confident girl. Then there's this girl named Eleanor, who is shy, self-conscious and introvert. And there's also a man named Luke, who will be the next owner of the Hill House. They come together to find out if this house is paranormal or not, if there's something paranormal or ghostly or haunted in this house or not. This is so creepy. The best thing about this book is that it's not in your face horror, it's vague horror. It's like it's not scariest thing I've ever read, but it's the creepiest thing I've ever read. It's like from behind it will come and creep you out. It's so creepy. I love the type of horror books in which they do not just disclose everything what's in there. If everything is disclosed or everything's explained in a horror book, it kind of makes it a little bit less scary. And I love the thing about this book is that it did not explain anything. It was like, come on, make your own assumptions. And I have already read We Have Always Lived in the Castle by Shirley Jackson. Although I did not really love that book, but I really loved her writing style, the writing style of Shirley Jackson. It was so good, and it's the same. I really am admiring her writing style. In both of the books, her writing style is admirable. It's like so lovable. It is so good. The only thing that I did not like a little bit is the ending of the book. That was a little anticlimactic, but overall the book was creepy as hell. It was so good. It gave me chills in the middle of the day. It wasn't even night when I was reading this. It was the middle of the day and it still gave me chills. It was so creepy. Oh my god, it was so creepy. God. And this was the thing that I read today. This was the book that I read until now. The Haunting of the Hill House, finished. One prompt finished. One challenge finished. I read a book with a house on its cover. So challenge 1 is finished. And the next book that I'm going to read is Every Heart a Doorway by Seanan McGuire. I'm going to read it on audiobook. And I also have ebook for this book. So I'm going to read it with ebook plus audiobook. And I'll update you when I start reading it and when I read it, because it's a small book and I have to read it only on one spot, only on one place. So I'm gonna go to my bed and I'm gonna read there the complete time, and then I'm gonna come back and update you again. Hello, update. So, I finished Every Heart a Doorway by Seanan McGuire, and it was so good. It was so good. I cannot explain. It was so good. The characters, the world building, the writing, everything was so crisp and perfect. It was so amazing. This book is so adorable. I cannot even explain you. It was so beautiful that I started crying in the middle of the book, and not because something happened that made me cry, but just for the sake of liking it. I loved it so much that I thought, how could I like something so much? And I started crying upon it. It was so good. It was so beautiful. It was so beautiful. So this day is going well. Like yesterday was a total disaster, but today I read Every Heart a Doorway by Seanan McGuire, and before this I completed The Haunting of the Hill House by Shirley Jackson. So it's a win-win day. About Every Heart a Doorway, this story is about the children who went into magic lands and then they came back into their normal lives. So the story progresses from here when the children come back from the magic lands or the fairy lands or whatever, and then they come back to their mundane normal lives and they have to live those lives. So there's this school for wayward children that brings these kids into the school, and then they are taught to move on or to live with their experiences. They are taught how beautiful their experiences were and how to live with them, how to move on. And then there's this girl named Nancy. She comes to the school. She's the new kid, and after her coming to the school, children start to get murdered. They start to get murdered, and then there's a mystery about who is the murderer. There were some gore scenes. If I would like to give you some content warnings, is that there is violence and there are gore scenes, so keep an eye out for that. But overall, this book was so beautiful. It was so cute. It was so adorable. This book was so good. I really want to read the second part of it, and I'm so excited about it. My third book for the places you want to go, the choice was Narnia, but now I'm reconsidering it. Let me see what I'm going to read. I'll tell you tomorrow. You'll know in tomorrow's vlog. Except reading, there were some things that I did, and one of those was watching a sunset. Look at the beautiful sunset. So cottony, so beautiful. And this. Meanwhile, I watched some K-pop. And that was all that I did. And I really loved it. I really loved today's day. It was successful. Oh my god, it was so good. It was so successful. And now that this day is over, let me see what tomorrow brings. I plan on reading To All the Boys I've Loved Before for the prompt that is, read a book that will make you smile. So let's see what happens tomorrow. Okay, that's it for today. Okay, bye.